Think the waste business is just about picking up trash? Think again. It's a high-stakes financial fortress built on regulatory moats and extreme capital intensity. Today, we dissect the global waste management paradigm for 2026. We are exposing the elite strategies separating operators who turn garbage into recession-proof gold from those destined to be crushed by macroeconomic gravity. Welcome to HDIN Research. A North American waste worker generates over $420,000 annually, enough to buy 7 base-model Teslas. A Chinese counterpart? Just $189,000. This isn't just an equipment gap. It's the difference between operating a vertically integrated pricing cartel and running a labor-heavy municipal subscription box. Business design dictates your ceiling. While North American giants play a cozy game of Monopoly through relentless tuck-in M&A, Asian enterprises face brutal domestic saturation. Their survival mechanism? The Incineration Plus's belt and road export. They aren't just selling services. They're shipping entire infrastructure ecosystems abroad, like flat-packed IKEA power plants. Surviving 2026 requires deep trenches, vertical integration, 30-year BOT concessions, and irreplaceable hazmat permits form an impenetrable trinity. Without these structural moats, you're not a waste management company. You're just an overpriced trucking service waiting to be squeezed to death by inflation. Relying on third-party landfills is the industry's fragmentation tax, a leaky bucket perpetually bleeding margin. The ultimate alpha lies in the closed-loop internalization engine. Owning the transfer network ensures every ton routes directly to company-owned dirt, effectively capturing the entire profit pool from the curb to the crust. Ignore net income. It's an accounting mirage heavily distorted by asset depreciation. The real oxygen is operating cash flow. When an operator pulls $306 million in OCF on just $121 million in paper profit, you realize these companies are basically cash-printing ATMs disguised as industrial smokestacks. How do you survive an inflation hurricane? Deploy ruthless CPI-linked pricing algorithms and aggressive interest rate swaps. The elite operators are financially isolating their EBITDA, effectively turning central bank rate hikes and fuel spikes into mere background noise. The capital allocation divide is striking. North America is sinking $1.9 billion into EV fleets to pacify emission mandates, while Asian firms weaponize 3.5% R&D budgets into AI combustion control. One is buying shiny new electric horses, the other is building the autonomous carriage. Meet the ultimate margin enhancer, the Silicon employee. By injecting, mixture of experts AI models into incinerators, operators/draft fan power consumption by 6%, and fire the human error variable entirely. It's essentially autonomous driving, but for incinerating 10,000 tons of municipal waste. The bloodiest capital battlefield is the fleet. Do you swallow the massive upfront cost of state-mandated zero-emission EVs, or squeeze the last drops out of legacy renewable natural gas infrastructure? It's a high-stakes poker game, where the chips are billions of dollars in rapidly depreciating stranded assets. But trees don't grow to the stratosphere. The absolute growth ceiling is hardening via aggressive zero-waste mandates and crippling carbon compliance taxes. The era of blind volume expansion is dead. Welcome to the brutal era of extreme margin defense. Watch the accounts receivable. A ballooning AR combined with a single-digit bad debt provision isn't growth. It's a liquidity time bomb tethered to stress municipal budgets. Operators are aggressively booking revenue while quietly pretending local governments have infinite credit cards. When organic growth suffocates, the financial engineering begins. Firms weaponize unconsolidated joint ventures and front-load EPC construction revenues to temporarily mask debt. It's the corporate equivalent of wearing a padded muscle suit to a bodybuilding competition. The capital market is ruthless. It slaps volatile, one-off EPC engineering revenues with massive 90% risk premiums while showering 30-year BOT infrastructure with premium multiples. Wall Street pays for the boring, predictable heartbeat of a utility, not the adrenaline spike of construction. The Select Water blueprint proves the point. Processing over 1 billion barrels through fixed pipelines transforms industrial waste from an episodic headache into an unstoppable annuity. They aren't chasing one-off projects. They are toll collectors on an unavoidable industrial highway. Not all trash is created equal. While Clean Harbors commands inelastic pricing monopolies in PFAS remediation, traditional commodity recyclers are trapped in a hyper-competitive race to the bottom. One is selling life jackets on a sinking ship. The other is fighting over rusty scrap metal. High-speed optical sorters and deep learning telematics are stripping the human liability out of processing facilities. By achieving a 90% pre-warning rate for incidents, elite operators systematically collapse their insurance premiums by firing the entire concept of human error. The ultimate 2026 metamorphosis, transitioning from begging for tipping fees to selling green electricity, steam, and carbon credits. These aren't garbage dumps anymore. They are decentralized power plants, perfectly positioned to surf the impending carbon supercycle. In the ESG weaponized era, compliance isn't a checkbox, it's your baseline valuation. A single tax evasion fine or environmental penalty can permanently lock an operator out of lucrative sovereign bidding. One toxic spill, and your brand equity evaporates faster than unsealed acetone. The 2026 operational paradigm takes no prisoners. To arm your strategy with our full proprietary datasets and this exact presentation, email sales@hdinresearch.com or visit www.hdinresearch.com. Drop your contrarian takes in the comments, hit subscribe to @HDIN230, and let's keep dissecting the markets that actually matter.